Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. A very special and historic day for the ETSU football program. At this time, it's my honor to welcome to the podium ETSU President Dr. Brian Noland.
Dr. Gahey, thank you, and to everyone, good afternoon. I kind of want to set my comments this afternoon within the sense of the seasons. We gather together in the midst of the holiday season, and this is a time of the year in which we all take a moment to pause, to look back at what has been, but to also look forward to the future. And as I've looked back at 2021, it's been a year of lessons learned, but it's also been a year of historic celebrations for our community and for our football program, in which we won conference championships, defeated Kennesaw State at home for a playoff victory, and then competed in the playoffs, and also won more games in any single season than in the history of the institution. But also took a moment to look back to the year 2013, when we started football at ETSU and hired our first coach in the modern era, Carl Torbush, a coach who focused on culture, on character, who recruited young men, who provided a foundation for all the excellence that we celebrate today. I then reflected upon our second search for a head coach that brought Coach Randy Sanders to Johnson City. And I want to take a moment to thank Coach Sanders for his work in building upon that foundation, organizing all those foundational blocks, and putting us in a position to win 2 conference championships in 4 very short years. And as we began our third search, Scott and I spent a lot of time talking about the characteristics that we were looking for in a leader. Someone who was a man of character, integrity, who had success on and off the field, and an aggressive offensive mindset. And as we moved through that process, Scott kept coming back time and time again to one individual who not only held those characteristics, but an individual whose success on the field when he was here in the state of Tennessee is unrivaled. And as we now prepare for the holiday season that's at the doorstep, we are excited to open our Christmas gift here at East Tennessee State University. And I want to thank Scott for his leadership, for his passion, and for his conviction, because he was unwavering in his commitment as we move through this process. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the podium our athletic director, Mr. Scott Carter.
I've got a few notes because I've got a lot to say. I really want to thank everybody for being here today for this very special introduction. I want to specifically thank Dr. Brian Noland and our Board of Trustees for their leadership of our wonderful university. So many special things, as he said, are happening on our campus, and it's very exciting for today to be among those many special things. I want to thank my wife, Kristen, and my daughters, Kate and Mia. Coaching searches are consuming. I have no idea what anybody's getting for Christmas. No clue. But I know you do, and I'm thankful that there's stuff under the tree, even though I don't know where it's going. I'm sure I'll load it later, and it'll get to where it needs to go. But I love you. Girls, thank you so much for loving me and letting me do what I love to do at the school that I love doing it at. ETSU football is an incredibly special part of our lives. The leader of this program has the ability to recruit, mature, and mentor players into men that will be better husbands and fathers because of this program. I could not be prouder to welcome a man that will work every day to make a positive impact on our young men as he leads them to graduation and championships. Mentor, leader, winner, competitor, champion. Words that describe one of the most decorated coaches in football. Throughout his career, he's personified winning both on and off the field. From his roots at Jefferson County High School to the Southern Conference, he's compiled daunting statistics. In 39 years of playing and coaching the game, he's won over 450 games. He's had 27 seasons with 10 or more wins, 34 seasons leading to the playoffs, and having 29 seasons where his teams have won at least one most times many championships. An inductee into 4 different halls of fame. Coach's record for success is historic throughout the United States, and I'm most excited about the person of character and father figure he will be as head coach of ETSU football. We first met as rivals on a football field in 1995, and I've always admired his love of the game and competitive spirit. During many years as friends and competitors, I have wanted to work with him, and I'm so excited that today, it's actually probably last night, kept you up way late, we get to do that. Joined by his wife Leslie and sons Jack and Bo, it is my honor and privilege to welcome George Quarles as the head coach of ETSU football.
And guys, I'll go ahead and apologize for my voice. It's been an emotional couple of days, and make some tough phone calls last night to some guys. And anytime you're around Scott, you're going to cry. That's what he does. I've decided. But like I told my wife the first time I ever brought her to Tennessee, we're in God's country, and that's the way I feel. And I just want to. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited to be back home. And I didn't go to East Tennessee State. Thank you. I'm not an ETSU grad, but I'm from East Tennessee. And I'm in East Tennessee, and I'm proud of it. Like I said, I'll never forget telling her, this is God's country. And we lived in South Carolina where they got a few mountains, but they're not the same. And, the mountains here are special. And, that's just a small part of it. And I'd be remiss if I just didn't thank God for placing us here, putting us, in great situations. And this was not something we were necessarily looking for. We were happy, and we were content where we are, but God works in mysterious ways, and I know that He's in charge. I especially want to thank Dr. Nolan. I've talked to him now twice, and you can tell what a passion he has for this university and the football program. And that's not always the case, where the president is okay with the football team being great. And I think he demands it. The Board of Trustees, I promise you, you'll get every bit of me. And I'm so excited about it, and I want to thank you guys. And then, it's Scott Carter. Like I said, Scott and I have been friends for a while. We talk on occasion. I would text him, good luck this week, that sort of thing. And known him for a while, and he's an easy guy to want to go work for. And like I said, that passion that he has, and it's easy to see just how important this school is to him, and that matters. You want to go to a place where it matters to people, and you guys here, you're here because it matters to you. When it's going to matter to us, and I obviously, I'm so honored and humbled, privileged, just excited for this next chapter in our life. I've got a lot of family members here, and as soon as I start talking about it, I'm going to start crying again. But, certainly my wife, Leslie, who, it's tough being a coach's wife. It's probably like being an AD's wife or a president's wife, but she's the best that I could ever hope for. And just thank her so much. And, of course, my 2 boys, Jack and Bo, who are so excited to be here to take a day of their Christmas break, especially for a 17-year-old, is a big deal. And he did it without saying a word, and just so proud of them. My mom and dad are here. They're from East Tennessee as well. My sister Amy and their son Graham and her husband Josh. And like I said, this is important to us. Another special guest here, Craig Clark, who is an East Tennessee grad, who has been at Furman with us, and he showed up today, and that's how much, relationships matter to me. It's, I'll be judged I know on how many wins and losses we have as a program. I get that. But I want to be judged as well on how well, we treated our players, the relationships we have with our players and coaches, and how you may not be able to judge it for several years down the road. How good of a father that guy is, or how good of a husband hopefully he is. And I got work to do in both those categories, but hopefully they see something in me and our coaching staff that will make them want to be better fathers and better husbands. I just, going back, to the roots, I've been so blessed, when I played at Jefferson County High School in East Tennessee. Jefferson County had never won anything. We're a relatively new school. And a guy named Craig Kisbeth came in, changed everything. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention him and just how important he is to me. He gave me confidence that I didn't have. And I appreciate that so much. And then, I was able to go be around great coaches at Furman during my career and playing ball. And I got to GA there as well, which was important for me. And I was able to go some other places. Went to Georgia for a year. I coached in South Carolina for 3, and then I was at Maryville for 21. And it was during that time, I just really learned the importance of relationships and how do you treat people, how you make people feel. You've all heard the saying. They don't remember what you say; they remember how you made them feel. And I hope that I make people feel good and just feel better when they're around us and around me. And like I said, I'm so excited. I apologize for the voice. I apologize for getting somewhat emotional. But like I said, this is everything I feel like I've done. It's kind of led us to this point. And I'm so excited. I hope I can stay here a long time. I would love that. And like I said, we could not be happier and prouder to be East Tennessee State University Bucks. So thank you, guys.
Coach, congratulations. Welcome to the ETSU family. That concludes today's press conference. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We will take some one-on-one media interviews over here by our backdrop, but encourage everyone to stick around, get to know Coach a little bit, and thank you very much for being here today. Go Bucks.